the sweet chimes of the city. A symphony of sound unlike any other. I wouldn't trade it for the world. No matter how crazy things get or how many hours I waste in endless traffic, it's my city. Or at least it feels that way to me. This town is special, just like its people. Hard-working folks trying to make ends meet and provide for their families. The corporations and crooked criminals may thrive, but still, the good people truck on. Heads held high, chests puffed out. That's me. Always has been. Just a working class man trying to put bread on the table. This new job should help me do just that. See, I landed a gig with a new company thanks to my buddy Angelo. BuzzCon Industries. Don't know much about them other than the massive factory they built just outside of town. People are definitely buzzing about that. It doesn't pay much, but it's steady work. And considering the kind of product BuzzCon's pushing, there's definitely job security. Pesticide for rats. And boy, the city's got plenty of them. We've been seeing an uptick in rodents around town over the last few months, both below street level and above. Though the ones infesting our streets are more scum of the earth than wild rats in the sewers. Gangsters, bank robbers, no good nothings. Organized crime is running rampant, led by the infamous Moneybags Moretti, or whatever he's calling himself these days. He and his gang of crooks are trying to tear this place apart. But that's for the city's finest to sort out. Me? I'll focus on the rats in the sewer. I may not be the man I once dreamt of becoming, the one who'd make Mama Tony proud. But ever since I was a little boy, I've had a burning passion inside me to give back to the city that raised me. It may not be the way I imagined, but if I can distribute a product that'll eliminate one of the city's biggest problems, hell, that's good enough for me.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Among the rush of businessmen hustling through the crosswalk, a polite woman with a baby stroller sends a smile my way as she passes in front of the truck. Despite the chaos around her, she takes the time to show me a second of kindness. I wipe the sweat from my brow and return the gesture with a smile and a wave of my own. Traffic is picking up, and my deadline looms closer with every passing minute. BuzzCon is planning a big launch outside of City Hall, 12 p.m. sharp. And the only instruction left on the windshield of my truck was simple. Be there on time, not a minute late. If I want to keep my job and support my family, I gotta move fast. Up ahead, through the sea of cars, I spot a shiny new billboard promoting the very product in the back of the truck. Rat Tap Tap Rat Poison, a product of BuzzCon Industries. Fun logo, really catches the eye. The dead upside down rat should really sell them on what we got. Talk about a marketing push. Oh, watch where you're going! I slammed the brakes so hard, my boot nearly punches through the floorboard. A group of press reporters dash across the street, cameras ready, likely headed to some media event. Another hooch bust, I figured. 11:50 a.m. The clock is ticking. I swerve into the next lane to snake around the cluster of cars in front of me and hit the gas when a car zooms by, smashing through the billboard and nearly taking my head off. I veer right, yanking the wheel so hard I think my wrist might snap. My truck rocks back and forth, and a barrel of rat poison tumbles off the bed, rolling down the street, leaking all over the pavement. Oh, shit. What I see next stops me cold. A storm of cash flying out of the speeding car, fluttering in the air like confetti. Whoever nearly took my head off is hauling some serious dough. 11:53 a.m. Time to go. Behind me, I hear the wail of a police siren getting louder, getting closer, coming right at me. There's a chase going down, and I can't afford to get caught in the crossfire. I floor the gas pedal and swerve through the rows of cars ahead, trying to create some distance. The police car is right behind me, but it's got its sights set on the speeding getaway car in front of me. I'm sandwiched between the two, stuck in a hot pursuit. I zigzag through traffic like a madman, trying to eliminate myself from the chase. The streets are so cluttered, it's hard to cut a corner off the main road. The truck sways dangerously from side to side, and as it does, more barrels of rat poison spill onto the street. I'm losing cargo by the second. Even worse, some of the barrels are exploding on impact, leaking their nasty green contents all over the place. On people, on shops around the block, a newspaper stand, a florist stand. Oh man, what have I done? How did I get tangled up in this mess? If I don't regain control and salvage at least half the cargo, it's game over. I have to make a call. I finally spot an opening in the road ahead. This is my chance. I floor it, my speed and my anxiety climb, but I have to break free from this mess. I close the gap between myself and the speeding car full of cash. I glance over to see who's responsible for this chaos. Inside the car is a group of bandits in sharp suits, faces mostly hidden by bandanas. In the car with them, bags full of cash, piled up high. The picture becomes clear. I lock eyes with the man in the passenger seat for just a split second. He's a burly guy, intimidating as hell, with a stare that could pierce through your soul. I recognize him, but it takes a moment to place the face. Then it hits me. It's Moneybags Moretti and his gang of crooks. I hit the gas and swerve past them, narrowly avoiding a group of pedestrians. I make it to a clearing in the road and finally bring my truck to a stop. I take a second to catch my breath, relieved to finally be out of the middle of whatever trouble the gangsters have caused. 11:55 a.m. Eyes on the prize, Tony. I poke my head out the window to check on the back of the truck, only to be greeted by a terrifying sight. Moretti's gangster car is swerving off the road, cop car hot on its tail, coming straight for me. I brace for impact! Pain shoots through my skull. Blood trickles from my upper lip. What the hell just happened? As I slowly gather my bearings, I hear the chaos unfolding around me. How long have I been out? How long? Oh no. 12:30 p.m. The clock reads 12:30 p.m. My delivery is late. I stumble out of the driver's side door and hobble to the back of the truck. Most of the barrels are gone, and the truck bed is oozing a glowing green substance. The rat poison, or whatever the hell it is, has spilled everywhere, even on the power lines attached to a telephone pole I was pushed into during the crash. The cables pulse with bright green streaks of electricity. How can that be? A thick glob of the green goo drips down the wooden slats of the truck, bubbling ominously, like it has a life of its own. What am I actually transporting in the back of this truck? I limp toward the wrecked getaway car, hoping to find anyone still alive. The hood is crumpled like a wad of paper. The engine billows thick plumes of smoke and is coated in a layer of the green rat poison. The only soul still clinging to life is the driver. His face, a grotesque mess of boils and pustules. I fight back the urge to gag. Pouring out of the back of the car is a mountain of money bags spilled onto the concrete. I've never seen that much cash before in my life. It's a good thing my temptation is tempered by the fear of what's happening. The wail of police sirens fills the air, accompanied by frantic screams. It's a symphony of agony. Some screams human, some monstrous. Is this my fault? No, it can't be. I'm just doing my job. I didn't know it was in those barrels. I don't even know if the company tested it. It's not my fault. I muster enough energy to trot down the street and examine the damage. Hello? Anybody out there? I approach the florist stand I swerved past earlier. Now it's encased in a thick, bubbling layer of the spilled goo. The flowers inside pulse with eerie green life, much like the power lines at the crash. Through the shop window, I see something I'll never forget. The shop owner, entangled by roots, being constricted by her own creations. I stumble back in horror, only to bump into one of the press members I saw earlier. He's writhing on the ground, growling, his head buried in his hands, wincing in agony. His suit, now smeared with the substance, is barely recognizable. When he looks up, I freeze. His face has melted away, revealing a skeletal visage beneath. Flesh and bone, glowing green. He lets out a blood-curdling moan as he reaches towards me, his movements jerky and unnatural. Oh, back off! I dodge the attack and break away from that mutated monster. Across the street, I spot the same polite woman from earlier, her stroller dragging her forward with inhuman force. She's frantic, but it's the baby inside that chills me to the bone. Its cry is human, deep and guttural. A green glow radiates from the carriage.
Please help! My baby!
I turn and wave frantically at a nearby officer. You gotta help us! But as I do, I notice that the police officer is fighting a transformation of his own. The rat poison has spilled onto his arm, which is actively mutating into a fiendish claw. What the hell was I transporting in that truck? I gotta put an end to this. I gotta help my city. Its people. They don't deserve this. Hard-working people trying to make ends meet. Corrupted. Mutated. By the corporations and scum that plague this town. My hands aren't clean, but they also aren't stained by the poison. Yet. I gotta help. I jolt back towards my truck, climb onto its bed, and tear off one of the wooden planks from the side to use as a weapon. Then, I take a deep breath. Hey! Attention, everybody! Whatever you do, don't make contact with the green goo! Before anyone can react, a monstrous roar cuts through the smoke ahead. Out of the haze, a hulking figure emerges, bigger than a man, a mutated behemoth. His neck is covered in pustules that have grown to grotesque proportions. His eyes glow green, as does the grease in his slicked back hair. With slow, lumbering steps, he hobbles toward me, intent on my destruction. It's Moneybags Moretti, mutated into a more horrifying monster than he ever was before. I tighten my grip on the makeshift weapon and brace myself. It's time for me to take care of the scum that infests my city.